A, 9.3. Confidence interval decisions. Now, this is what we're doing right here. What we're adding to today's lesson is very much what we're going to be doing in the last unit, called hypothesis testing, but we're going to do it a different way. But what we're doing, we have to make a decision, all right, based on the data that we have. So, again, we are, just to add some review, we're going to create a confidence interval. We're going to create and interpret a blank percent confidence interval, C percent. So remember, part one, we're going to check the assumptions. S, I, N. Step two, we're going to do the interval. P hat plus or minus Z star times the square root of P hat 1 minus P hat over N, which is going to give me some interval A to B. We are going to interpret the interval we are blank percent confident dot dot dot. Okay, and so those are the first things that we've done. We've also made sure we understand that this part of the square root is what we call the standard error. When we multiply by Z star, the value we get is the margin of error. So that's what we've done so far in this unit. So now we have a follow-up question. This is the follow-up decision question. All right. And basically the question is that based on the interval, is there evidence that blank is blank then blank? No, goes in here is the parameter. Is there evidence that the parameter, okay, well, what is our parameter? Sorry, what is our parameter in this case? What's the parameter that we're trying to investigate? P. The parameter is P. Is there information that the true proportion is more or less than some PO? Okay, and PO looks a little bit weird. I know this is the first time you're seeing PO. PO is what we call a hypothesized proportion. So is it more or less in some hypothesized proportion? So there's someone's going to make a claim, or we can also say this is our claim. So in the do now problem, the reproductive clinic has a claim. They claim 25% success rate. They claim that 25% is success. And so our question is there evidence that that is false? Okay? Or does it seem reasonable that it's true? So how do we answer that? So the answer here is the answer here is yes, if the entire interval does not include PO. So yes, there's evidence that it's false. So and this is this is where it gets tricky. And then the answer is no if PO is within the interval. Okay, and let me explain this, because how you interpret the word yes and no can get a little confusing. So in this previous problem, that basically we're saying, is there evidence that that the clinic is lying? All right. So I'm going to put this in terms of notes here. Please note this. Note, we can only disprove a claim. Therefore, yes equals that the claim is false. Okay? So, in this problem, is the claim false that we did in our do now? All right? So, in the do now, my interval was it? Point what? 0.1678 to 0.3055. Okay? And my claim, my PO, was 25%, which is the same thing as 0.25. Okay? So, is there evidence that they're lying? Is 25% possible? Does that seem reasonable? And so the answer here says that 25% is a reasonable claim, since within the interval. If 25% or 0.25 was not within the interval, then we have evidence that that claim is not reasonable. We have evidence that they are lying. We have evidence that we can sue the company. This is what happens in real life with statistics, because remember, samples of samples, as we get data, the data varies. And so you might have a really good one or a really bad one, but based on this data, we're saying that with 98% confidence that the company is lying, or that the company is telling the truth. Okay? If an interval was not, if the top of the interval was like 0.244, and so the entire interval was below, then we were going to say, oh, they're lying. Okay. Now, what happens if the entire interval was above 0.25? Well, that is also that their claim is false, but that's a good false, right? So sometimes, they said 25%, and they're actually getting more. I want to sue them. No, that doesn't make sense, right? So I do want you to note that. That's why we say sometimes more or less, because they're under, and this is what some companies do. They want to be on the safe side. So they underrepresent their success rates. They underrepresent their stuff so that you get more and people are happier. I claim 25%, which is meeting what the other companies can do, and data is suggesting we're actually beating that. That's what I have.